Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday. So last week, Tuesday, I was still trying to get ready and finish for the retreat, so I apologize I missed Tuesday, and I knew I was going to miss Thursday, so I have missed you guys. It has been well over a week since I've been able to do a live. But thank you for patiently waiting and knowing that it is a lot of work to take care of a retreat. And thank you for letting me postpone it. So today's card is so cute and so fun. I cannot wait to show you. But first, I want to go over the make and takes that we did at the last retreat. So my idea behind, sorry, I'm just making sure we are live on my iPad, and there it is. So my concept theory behind the make and takes is using the holiday designer series paper, not in a holiday way. So once I point it down, I'll show you the designer series paper that I used to create all of the cards. And I will say we usually get 3 make and takes per day, but I apparently wasn't thinking or doing the math. So we actually had 4 make and takes per day. So we'll see if I mess it up this weekend in your guys' favor for this weekend's retreat. So I do have a couple spots if anybody has any last minute cancellations to their plans. If they do want to come, they still can. Just shoot me a message and I will get your table all situated. Hello, good evening, Anna and Valerie. Welcome. If you're just logging on, say hello so I know you're here. And we actually have lots to do today, so I am actually going to point you down to show you some fun, exciting things. Hopefully I don't make you too dizzy. And I didn't realize all of my goodies for tonight's make and take are in the camera. So let me scoot these out of the way so I don't give anything away. Okay, so the first set of make and takes, I used this designer series paper. It is called Painted Christmas. So it is definitely a holiday set, but on the opposite side, you can make cards that aren't Christmas. So I featured the turtle stamp set and punch with these ones. So happy belated birthday. Sorry I was slow. Literally so fun. You're turtly loved. Oh, so cute. And then somebody doesn't know I'm on my Facebook Live. So sorry about that. And then happy belated birthday. Sorry I was slow. So those are the 4 that we did in the Painted Christmas 12 by 12. So just so you know, you don't have to make Christmas cards or holiday cards with our designer series paper. Okay, so the second batch I used is on page 25. It's the Whimsy and Wonder 12 by 12 designer series paper. And I actually pulled in a little bit of the stamp sets. And maybe for next week's live, I will show you how I created some of these cards, the birthday cards, using the stamp set as well. But this is all using the Whimsy and Wonder 12 by 12. So we did happy birthday. We did a thanks. We did this happy birthday. And then hello. And then on the inside, it says friends. So that one is using the Whimsy and Wonder 12 by 12. And let's see, I pulled all of these so I wouldn't have to keep flipping pages. So on page 31, we did the Sweet Stockings 12 by 12. And one of the ladies had ordered the matte dots for her retreats, for the fee for the retreat. And I hadn't noticed these in here. And when I was putting her order together, I actually fell in love with those guys. They were so much fun. But all of these cards were using this designer series paper. So this one I used the ice cream stamp set and punch. So we have sending lots of love and happy birthday. Treat yourself. And then thank you. So those are the ones that I used with the Sweet Stockings. And then our last one, I don't know, they all were my favorite. I can't say any one was any better than the other. This one on page 37, the Peaceful Place 12 by 12 designer series paper. That's what I used to create the last 4. So we have this one as a thank you. We have this one, wishing you the best. And at first, I thought it said missing you the best. And I was like, oh my goodness, why would somebody say missing you is the best? But that's not what it says. It says wishing you the best. And then this one, your kindness makes the world a more beautiful place to be. And then this one, may you enjoy the peace and the beautiful season. So I guess that one is a little bit of a holiday one, but still super fun and a completely different way to use the stamp sets. So let's see who just logged on. Stephanie did. Susan did. Lisa. Hello, Darlene. Hello, ladies. So let's get to tonight's card. Should I show you the card or... Yeah, I have to show you the card. It is so fun. So this is tonight's card, and we did a little bit of embossing. And I did the witch's hat in the black glimmer paper. But then I got thinking, oh, why didn't I emboss the spiders in black as well? So I am going to show you how to make this card, and it is so fun. We're going to do, hopefully we get through all of them. If not, it's not tragic. But I picked two different colors. So we're going to do Granny Apple Green and the Gorgeous Grape. But this is the stamp set, or the stamp set and dies that I used. Let me bring them in. So I have the Frightfully Cute stamp set. And I used the spider right here, and then I used the Happy Halloween to You. And I used the spider web, the circle, and the witch's hat. And the little, we're going to actually pull this out because we're going to be using it. And the little, I don't know what it's called. You punch it out once you stamp your sentiment, whatever that thing is called. So that's the stamp set we're using. And I actually did pull in the Ornate layering dies. You can tell that I've used this a lot. When I pull it out, all the little pieces fall out with it. So I used this layering die as well. And I should have brought it over. But if you have this die set, it has so many tiny little pieces. I put a dryer sheet. So hold on, let me grab the paper. So I put my paper first, and then I would lay a dryer sheet underneath it and then run it through the embossing machine. And it pulls 99% of these little tiny pieces out. And then you don't have to sit with your little poker and poke them out. Okay, so that is what we are going to be playing with tonight. Oh, I did forget one other thing. The designer series paper I used is this Mama Jamma pack. Once you reach, I think it's 150 in sales. They can be your sales or hosting a party. You can pick, oh, there's a gem stuck to that guy. You can pick this pack of paper. It's Pattern Party Designer Series paper. I think you get 48 sheets. Yes, you get 48 sheets and 4 of each sheet. So you can make lots and lots of these cards. Okay, so let's bring in everything we need. So I have a piece of our basic white, and this measures 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it right in half at 4 1/4. So we're just going to fold that, line it up, grab our bone folder, give that a good crease, and we can set that aside. I have a piece of our layering cardstock. This measures 4 inches by 5 inches. Our designer series paper, and you could use either side, but we're going to use the black and white. This measures 3 3/4 by 5, and that layers right on top. And then I went ahead and cut out the frames already just to save a step because I knew we were going to have lots to do in tonight's live. And then I have a piece of basic black, and this measures 2 1/8. And I know you guys hate it when I do 1/8 of an inch, but I had to because I needed it to fit right inside. So it's 2 1/8 by 3 1/2. So really all of these pieces can get layered together before we even start decorating. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just using some liquid glue. You guys can use whatever glue you are comfortable with, but I love the liquid glue. Hello, Laura. Hello, Kelly. Okay, so I'm just layering these pieces together. Hello, Carol. How are you? There we go. And then one last piece, and then we can start decorating. So when I come out a little bit early to make sure I have everything ready, And when I looked at the spiders, I was like, we are already embossing the Happy Halloween to You. Why don't we see about embossing the spiders? But then I got thinking, I'm not 100% sure we still have black embossing powder, but we're still going to do it because I think we might still have it. And my catalog is actually in the house, so I couldn't look really quick. So I brought the Versamark out. I do have my embossing buddy. I like this little guy. You just rub it on your paper and it gets any oils or static off, so you don't get embossing powder where you don't want it. So I'm just going to ink the spider up and come in and stamp him once. And you won't be able to see the ink because it is invisible. So I'm just going to come over here and stamp him again, and I really hope it's even getting on my circle. There we go. And while I have it out, I am just going to go ahead and push that to the side, and I'm going to stamp my Happy Halloween, or Happy Halloween to You. Now I don't want to touch that circle, so I'm literally just going to stamp that guy as well. Okay, hopefully this is going to work, doing 2 at one time. So I'm going to bring in my black. I have my little spoon in here. Let's pick this up. We don't want to touch any of the Versamark. Oh, that actually turned out pretty cute. Tap it off. Then it looks like I got a tiny little halo right there, but I'm just going to rub it off with my fingernail. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to close this. Ooh, sorry, that was loud. Let's bring in the silver. And I don't have a spoon in my silver, so I'm going to just wipe off this spoon so black doesn't get on the silver. You can use your dress. That's exactly what I just did. Nobody knew. Nobody would have known I used my dress had I not told them. Okay, so there it is. So one little hint, if this is the first time you have used embossing powder, always, always put your lid back on, close it, and move it out of your way. Because if you don't and the heat gun hits that, you are going to have embossing powder everywhere. And I only know that from experience, so I'm not trying to be bossy, just trying to save you guys a little bit of a headache. Okay, so I have my embossing tool, and it is going to be a little loud, so I do apologize. So I'm going to pull this up so you guys can watch how it changes colors. So once it starts heating, it's going to melt all the little tiny plastic pieces. You can totally see it changing colors, and that's exactly what you want. That is perfect. You totally can burn your paper, so you don't want to leave it there too long. And be careful. I would use tweezers when you're using little tiny pieces like this because you will burn your fingers. But I'm going to really try not to burn my fingers. Okay. Let's turn this off, and there you go. I actually think I like it embossed a million times better. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to play with this guy first. So I do have my die that I'm going to put over it, but then I was thinking, oh, our little embossing machine will totally cut this perfectly. And I did have my big embossing machine out to begin with, but I was like, oh no, we are definitely using this guy. So let me get my plates situated, put my piece of cardstock in there, my die on top, and now I'm going to run this through. Oh, that looks pretty good. Let's give that a crank, and voila! What are the containers you use to store your embossing powder? So I found these on Amazon. I can definitely send you the link. I'm not an affiliate with the link or anything, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm making anything off of it. I just found them on Amazon, and the pieces that go on the inside is those command strips. It's the itty bitty command strips. And then my girlfriend sells Tastefully Simple, and they used to sample when they did home parties and stuff. They sampled this, whatever. These were sample spoons, and it fits literally right inside the little command strip. So you always have a spoon with your embossing powder. So it is just nice and tidy and neat, and I like that. Okay, so let's bring our card back in. So one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, my catalog just dropped. So if you haven't seen these adhesive strips in the catalog, I don't use them very often, and I don't know why, because literally they are amazing. So they're sticky on both sides. You put them on the back of your cardstock and run it through your embossing machine, and when you peel it off, 9 times out of 10, it takes 99% of the little pokey things out with it. So you only have to pull out a few. So it actually wasn't tragic. Usually it's, oh, I think I hear the UPS man. He must be delivering goodies. You can hear the dogs barking. Hank likes to go out and say hi to the UPS man. So I'm just going to pop these guys out that didn't come out. It always happens on a Facebook Live. I showed everybody at Retreat this weekend how these adhesive strips literally pull all the tiny little pieces out, and everybody was just in awe of it. And then I go to do it on a Facebook Live and it doesn't do it. That's okay. It doesn't take very long, but it's self-adhesive, or it's sticky already, so these little guys, when I poke them through, are sticking to the back. Oh, come on. Quit sticking to the wrong pieces. Okay, there we go. So now we don't have to fussy and put our green glue on the back of it. So now it is sticky. We can lay that down. Perfection. And I am going to grab a mini glue dot, and I want to put the witch's hat on with a mini glue dot. And this way, it's going to help me get it exactly where I want it. And then I can flip it over and add dimensionals to the whole thing. So now I'm going to flip it over. I have some black dimensionals. And I probably borrowed the rest of them, so we're just going to use black. And I have to figure out which fingernail to pull these up, because I just broke 2 of my fingernails that I used to pull the pop dots off with. But that's okay. I'll live. So I'm going to peel these off. And now I can stick my spiders with the witch's hat in the center. Well, kind of in the center. And now what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm only going to put 2 dimensionals on each side. This way, it's not going to be super thick in the center because the spiders already have dimensionals on it. And this is going to come right up there. There we go. Look how easy this card was to put together. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me scoot you up a tad. There we go. So now we can just glue this down to our card base. Oh yes, Carol, I love using embossing powder too. I don't do it very often, and I should do it more. It is definitely fun. Okay, there we go. There are our 2 cards. We did one in Gorgeous Grape and one in Granny Apple Green. Not quite sure which one I like better. I actually definitely like the embossed spiders a little bit better than the regular stamped. And I really, really hope we have black embossing powder, because if we don't, I'm going to be really sad. Okay, we can probably put one more together. So if you're just logging on, no worries. You haven't missed anything, because we'll put one more together before we call it a night. Okay, so pretty much we can just layer these guys together, because we're not doing a whole lot of stamping, and I did a lot of the die cutting already. Thank you for all the hearts. I love it. So there we go. And when's the last time you used your Ornate framelit dies? It's been a while for me. And the trick is to use that dryer sheet underneath your die, and it won't irritate you. Because sometimes it does irritate you when those little things won't poke out like they're supposed to. So that layers right there. And let's see if this one is going to come off any better. Oh, not too bad. I think the best part is, oh look, do it from the back side and then it won't stick. Oh, looky there. There's always a way around it. You just have to do it 4 or 5 times before you catch on. But that's okay. Well, there's one. There we go. You just get lots of shrapnel all over the place. So there we go. And now I already embossed this guy, and I guess we'll just stamp them. I don't want to emboss all of them. So I will bring in the spider and my mementos, and we'll just stamp these guys in black. Even though I do like the embossed better, but that's okay. So this one, I'm going to stamp him down a little bit. There we go. There's a tiny halo, so just be gentle. Don't rock it. That one's better. It actually covered up my halo, so it's not even noticeable. Oh, man. Okay, that one is definitely noticeable. We are going to try this again. That's why there's 2 sides to every sheet. Okay, I'm just not going to talk while I do this last one. Okay, that one's a lot better. I don't know, every time I stamped that, I got a halo in it. It was kind of driving me nuts when I was playing with it earlier as well. Okay, so mini glue dots and our witch's hats. I bet that is my children texting me, and they're supposed to be watching my live and not texting me. Oh, very cool, Carol. I'm glad. Okay, so flip it over, grab some mini or dimensionals, and you can use the larger dimensionals. I just borrowed them from my Facebook Live table and didn't replenish. So this is what I have. So like I say, use what you have. There we go. Okay, my children are going to be in trouble. Okay, so let's put this one a little bit more in the center of the spider web. Oh, thank you, Carol. I wasn't sure. Sometimes they bring the black embossing powder back in, and then I miss it if they retire it. So good. I am glad. I really do try not to use anything that's expired or retired for Facebook Lives. There we go. Look at how fun these are and super easy. Literally, it would take you maybe an hour to crank out 20 or 30 of these guys. You just have to sit, cut your die cut all of your pieces at one time, and then put them together. They go together super duper quick and easy. Okay, so I actually do think I really like the embossed spiders a million times better, but these guys are not bad at all. And literally nobody is going to say, oh, if they get this card in the mail, they're not going to say, oh, I wish you would have embossed the spiders in black. They're never going to know. But it is a million times cuter, I think. Okay, there is your live tonight. Which color is your favorite? Do you like the greeny apple green, or do you like the gorgeous grape? I love them all, so I can't decide which one I like better. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, I have to move everything out of the way. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will not be back on Thursday. We have our final retreat next weekend. Ugh. And now my phone rings. It's just a hot mess over here today. That's actually my uncle that usually watches my Facebook Live, so I will definitely have to call him back and yell at him for not watching. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon, and I will see many of you guys on Thursday for the last retreat. I will be sending an email out for the January retreat. Usually Saturday night or Sunday morning, I'll be sending that email out. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon and see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.